The average American thinks they spend $86 a month on subscriptions. The real number is $219. That's a $2,628 a year gap between what you think you're spending and what's actually leaving your account. And most of it is completely legal, completely intentional, and designed so you never notice. Here's exactly how it works and how to get that money back. This bar chart compares what we assume we spend with reality. When C+R research asked people to guess their monthly subscription costs, they confidently landed on $86. But a deeper look at their actual bank statements revealed a number 2.5 times higher. Over 12 months, that gap alone represents over $2,600 of unaccounted spending. When you stretch that math out over an entire year, the scale of the leakage becomes obvious. A significant chunk of that $2,600, about $252 annually, flows directly into services people have completely stopped using. The companies on the receiving end of these transactions know exactly how to cultivate this blind spot. They rely on specific billing structures and behavioral psychology to keep you paying long after you've lost interest. This massive discrepancy between perception and reality is a systemic feature, engineered to bypass human attention before you ever think to check your budget. I want you to pause this video or split your screen right now and open your personal banking app. Keep listening while you pull up your last 30 days of transaction history. If you follow along with me for the next 4 minutes, you are going to find the specific cash you are losing to this exact system. Dedicating 20 minutes today to audit these recurring charges will yield one of the highest hourly returns you will get all year, easily putting hundreds of dollars back in your pocket. Subscription models depend on psychological distance. The moment you force yourself to stare at your real-time banking data, that distance collapses and you strip these companies of their main advantage. Subscriptions are just one branch of a massive ecosystem known as the annoyance economy. Hidden fees, customer service friction, and engineered hassles drain roughly $165 billion from Americans every single year. Regulators have tried to step in. In 2025, the FTC banned specific bait-and-switch pricing tactics, but those rules narrowly target hotels, vacation rentals, and ticket sellers. The streaming apps, gyms, and software services charging your card are largely unregulated when it comes to extracting recurring fees. Take a look at your bank app right now and scan specifically for streaming media charges. You are looking for platforms like Netflix, Paramount+, HBO Max, or Disney+. This line graph plots the cost of Netflix's premium ad-free tier over time. We see a clear, steady trajectory called bill creep. A service that cost $11.99 a month in 2013 slowly inflated to $24.99 by 2025, essentially doubling the cost of the exact same product. Notice how gradual that slope is. An extra dollar or two every couple of years rarely triggers a subscriber's mental threshold for cancellation. You accept the slight hike because the friction of canceling feels heavier than a tiny price bump. By spacing out these incremental hikes, companies exploit consumer complacency. They ensure you continue overpaying for a familiar service out of sheer unchecked momentum. Next, scroll through your app and look for AI tools, productivity software like Grammarly, and any fitness or wellness subscriptions. This is where you'll find the silent conversions. A company offers a risk-free 30-day trial, knowing full well that avoiding the eventual charge requires an active decision to cancel. The business model banks on you forgetting to make that decision. This diagram shows a tactic known as annual camouflage. A large solid block representing a $120 yearly charge shatters into 12 separate $10 pieces. Presenting the fee as a single lump sum makes it feel smaller and less threatening than a monthly line item, deliberately masking the true recurring drain on your budget. These tactics are strategically deployed when your motivation peaks. You sign up for a meditation app or a meal planner on January 1st when your ambition is high. But the company knows your daily usage will inevitably drop off by February. They secure their guaranteed revenue by weaponizing your initial ambition against your future forgetfulness. Now check your transaction history for shopping memberships like Amazon Prime or gaming subscriptions like Xbox Game Pass. These categories rely heavily on bundling. Services get packaged together, forcing you to pay for a massive roster of movies, shipping perks, or game libraries that you never actually asked for. You might have signed up solely for free 2-day shipping or to play one specific multiplayer game with your friends. Months later, you are still funding the entire sprawling bundle purely out of habit, long after you finished the game. Bundling creates a false illusion of value. It intentionally complicates the cancellation process by making you fear you are giving up a mountain of perks, even if those perks provide zero actual utility to your life. To permanently stop this creep, you must pull all recurring charges into one master list. Check your banking app, your last 3 credit card statements, and the active subscriptions menu inside your phone's app store. For every annual charge you uncover, divide the total by 12 immediately. You must expose the true monthly cost of those hidden yearly fees to see the actual damage. Run each item through the 30-day rule. If you have not actively used a service in the last 30 days, pause or cancel it today. You can always reactivate it instantly if you genuinely miss it later. Stop stacking streaming services simultaneously. Subscribe to one platform at a time, watch the specific show you want, and then cancel it before rotating to the next platform. Finally, if you do sign up for a free trial, set a reminder on your phone for 3 days before it converts to a paid charge. Executing these steps replaces passive autopilot with a deliberate process for auditing your outflows. Reclaiming this money restores manual control over a part of your life corporations have successfully automated. For the average household, running this brief audit recovers roughly $1,500 a year. That is real, deployable cash hiding in plain sight. Drop a comment below with the exact dollar amount you just found during this extraction. Stopping the leak is the mandatory first step to building wealth. Next week, I'll show you exactly how to automate the redirection of this newly recovered money straight into investments. See you then.